Dearly beloved, we meet here today to witness a sacred ceremony, the union of Michael Samuel Hamby and Caitlin Leanne Jamrosi. Over the course of their relationship, they have developed a strong bond based on shared values and mutual respect. With a solid foundation from which to grow, they have made the decision to take the oath of marriage and spend the rest of their lives together. Let us bask in the joy and love on display here today. May we treasure these memories as Mike and Katie get set to begin their new life together.
The first time I saw Katie was at a CrossFit gym in Farmville, my first day.
We were doing a competition workout together and he was being sassy. And I asked someone, I was like, is the new boy allowed to be sassy to me?
And I remember underestimating her and her abilities, but then leaving the gym, going back to work and telling a friend of mine at the time that I met the girl I was gonna marry.
He knew, or he says he knew then and there, I'm gonna marry that girl. And the first time actually that he asked me to be his girlfriend officially, I told him no.
So the feeling there was definitely not mutual on the first impressions, and she also said she would not be my girlfriend a time or two before it finally took off. So, persistence is key.
I said, let's just keep hanging out. But here we are. So we met at the CrossFit gym at CrossFit First Do in Farmville, and they were actually closing and switching owners and doing a bunch of stuff like that. So they had, just before Christmas, their last WOD event.
I talked to the owners at the gym and asked, I told them, I understand that it's your last day in business, and so this is meaningful for you all, but this is where we met. I would love to propose to Katie on this last day if at all possible. They gave me the go-ahead. I called her best friend, Lindsay, her sister, her parents, which was terrifying, calling your dad and asking if it was okay if I could propose.
The gym kind of is in this, almost like a garage. There are these bay doors. And after the workout in December, he asked me to open a door. It was really hot in there. And I remember thinking, people are not going to be happy that this door is open because it's cold outside. But I opened the door and both of our families were there on the other side of the bay door. And then when I turned around, he was down on one knee.
Asked her to marry me. It took about 30 minutes before she actually said yes, because she was just so overwhelmed with everything else. We put the ring on, did all that, but I didn't hear the word yes for about 30 minutes, maybe longer.
So I cried, and then I buried my head in his chest. And he says that I never actually said yes, but I swear I did.
Right from the beginning, I knew that I loved you.
This is honestly like a fantasy love story between the two of them. I mean, look around. This is like a Disney movie. One of the biggest takeaways from all this is that you all are going to be sharing a life together. You're going to have all of the joys and all of the fantastic parts of that and share it. And we're also all family now. We are all going to share all of this with you all, and I'm so happy to say that.
We have history, made memories. I choose you and me, baby. These are the days, and everything's still possible. Our dreams are alive, we've got that fire inside. These are the days, these are the
Well, good evening, everyone. I want to thank you all for sharing this very special day with us. You know, every father wants for his little girl to find love and to find happiness. And I'm so pleased that Katie found that with Mike. And also, you know, there's a very special bond between a father and his daughter's husband. And that bond is a deep and abiding love for one woman.
No matter what comes take a stand. We'll carry on, carry on.
I think back about the privilege I've had of watching her grow. And sometimes I just burst with pride when I think about what she's become.
Whatever life brings, we're ready to face on, carry on.
I am Katie's little sister, which means that I have known Katie for my whole life. I couldn't tell how serious she was about this tall person, and so I asked her, how much do you like him? And she said, on a scale of 1 to this Panera mac and cheese, like a 7.
Together we'll rise, we'll face our fears, the rising tide.
So it started as a joke with me asking Mike, like, how much do you love me today? Like, jokingly, like, enough to go get a milkshake or what? And it just, oh, I love you enough. Like, I love you enough to put up with you. But the longer that it's been a joke, the more real and the more serious it's gotten. And the more it's become like, I love you enough. I love you enough to fight with you. I love you enough to push through things that are hard. I love you enough for this pandemic and these trying times. I love you enough. And that's kind of just been the thing now.
Whatever it takes,
The part of our wedding day that I'm most looking forward to is probably just that moment when we walk down the aisle. Because Mike didn't want to do any kind of first look or anything like that. So I think that's what I'm most excited about.
I, Mike, take thee, Katie,
To be my wedded wife.
to be my wedded wife,
To have and to hold.
to have and to hold,
For this day forth.
for this day forth,
For better or worse.
for better or worse,
For richer or richer.
for richer or richer,
In sickness and in health.
in sickness and in health,
To love and to cherish.
to love and to cherish,
Till death do us part.
till death do us part,
As long as we both shall live.
as long as we both shall live.
And so with this ring I thee wed.
So with this ring, I thee wed.
I, Katie, take thee, Mike,
To be my wedded husband.
to be my wedded husband,
To have and to hold.
to have and to hold
From this day forth.
from this day forth,
For better or worse.
for better or worse,
For richer or richer.
for richer or richer,
In sickness and in health.
in sickness and in health,
To love and to cherish.
to love and to cherish,
Till death do us part.
till death do us part,
As long as we both shall live.
as long as we both shall live.
And so with this ring I thee wed.
And so with this ring, I thee wed.
whatever life brings, we're ready to face. Oh, carry on, yeah. Oh, carry on, whatever it takes. Oh, carry on, we're fighting for today. Whatever life brings, we're ready to face. Oh, carry on, yeah, yeah.
Mike, none of us could have handpicked a better person to hold Katie's heart. I knew it the day she called me and said, so Mike brought home another dog, and I squealed with glee and said, oh my gosh, what's its name? And she said, Divorce, but we're keeping it.
All right, Michael and Caitlin, to make your relationship work, keep love first. It will take dedication to stay open to one another and to learn and grow together. It will take loyalty to go forward together without fully knowing what the future will bring. And it will take commitment to hold true to the journey you have both pledged today. Just remember to love each other enough and endlessly. Now, by this really fantastic power that's vested in me, by the Commonwealth of Virginia, it is my honor and delight to declare you all husband and wife and tell you all to go forth and live each day to the fullest. Mike, you may kiss your bride. I am now pleased to present to you all Mr. and Mrs. Hamby.
Fighting for today. Whatever life brings, we're ready to face. Oh, carry on, yeah. Oh, carry on, whatever it takes. Oh, carry on, we're fighting for today. Whatever life brings, we're ready to face. Oh,
Mike is the most amazing person that I know. He is humble almost to a flaw, and he is kind and caring, and he is compassionate. And he doesn't have a lot of emotions. He's not an emotional person, but you can tell what Mike cares just deeply about, and he pours his whole everything, his whole existence, his life, his whole persona, his soul into the people around him that he loves. And that's what makes him so special.
What makes Katie special is she's absolutely delightful. She's funny. She's one of the hardest working people I've ever met. I love you enough.